So I was doing my regular rounds on Twitter, looking at fan art, random Sakuga posts, and general anime news, when I saw a certain character getting tons of attention, specifically from female manga enthusiasts. At first, I dismissed this character as I thought he was just some flavor of the month simp machine, but the day after, I saw another character from the same series blow up in a rather viral post, and I immediately got curious as to who these characters were in the first place. After all, a lot of these posts were seemingly thirsting over these characters despite the fact that they both seemed to be serial murderers. I wasn't surprised by the reaction since this is the anime-manga community after all, and most of us have interesting taste. Still, I decided to look into it. It turns out these characters were from a fairly new monthly manga by mangaka Yuto Sano named Gokurakugai. I went into Gokurakugai expecting it to be yaoi fujoshi bait, but I was extremely pleasantly surprised. The story centers around our main character named Alma. He's quite the guy, as in, he's kind of a mishmash of a lot of the more popular Shonen Jump characters these days. He really reminds me of Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen the most, as he's pretty goofy but also has that serious and heroic edge about him when it comes to his sense of justice. He also reminds me of Denji from Chainsaw Man and Shiki from Togenanki as well because of this. Goofy, lovable, special guy that takes down demons. But he's extremely lovable like all those MCs I mentioned earlier, and he's easily the best part of Gokurakugai so far. Plus, he's not entirely generic. Well, he sorta is considered what's popular these days, but trust me, he's really good. Anyways, Alma works at a problem solver agency with a badass kick-ass woman named Tao. On the surface, they seem to be doing odd jobs like the Yoru from Gintama, but they're actually a part of a secret society that exterminates demons that appear in this world. Okay. Hold your horses. I know this sounds like the premise of literally every popular battle shonen that has sprung up over the past 2 years, mainly because it kinda is. I'm planning on making a video on shonen's exorcism overflow, as literally every new popular manga involves some special MC who joins some secret demon-slaying society in Japan. With this premise, Gokurakugai takes the best elements from series like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Demon Slayer, and kinda mishmashes it into something that's been very enjoyable so far. Anyways, back to the plot. So in this world, there are calamities known as magas, which makes sense considering that these calamities look like your average Trump supporter. These calamities are created from resurrecting corpses, and those corpses can sometimes speak and hold past emotions from the person who was the original owner of the body. These monsters go around basically killing and eating humans, and it's up to Alma, Tao, and the anti-calamity organization to save people by going around and killing these calamities. These calamities aren't common knowledge to most people, which is why Tao and Alma have to put up a front, which I guess kinda makes it different from Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Kimetsu no Yaiba. Now, Alma himself is a half calamity, half human. This hasn't been explored too much so far, but basically Alma can go into some weird calamity form that kinda looks like Asta's original devil form after he injects himself with a solution. His blood is special as well, as it's used to make bullets for Tao, which she uses to take down these calamities. Also in this world are beastmen, who are discriminated against because of course they are, but we don't really know much about them, so I won't talk about them too much. Now this all sounds very dandy, but nothing too interesting so far, and that's when we get to the villains who have been set up, the two characters that everyone is simping for, and of course they're both serial killers. The main culprit being Yoru, who kinda looks like Yoshida from Chainsaw Man. He's introduced to us as being an awkward 21-year-old that doesn't have a clue about life when he meets Alma. Alma, being the kind-hearted soul he is, gives him food and sees him off. Unfortunately, or fortunately for some fans, we later on get to see that he's the cause of the stranglings of many women, a case that has put Tao on high alert in the local area. We don't know much about him or his proclaimed family, a dude named Yomi. Now this dude Yomi, don't worry, people are sipping for him too. Apparently he's one of those stalker villains that have waited forever and ever for the main character, so I'm curious to see where Sano will take his character. We still don't know much about these two, but it didn't stop Twitter from sipping as a collective, which in turn got me to read the series, so I guess the author did a great job with the agenda pushing and character design. Thankfully, Gokurakugai looks amazing as well. The incredible art caught my attention immediately, as it reminded me quite a bit of Togenanki's art, and the monthly schedule ensured that future chapters would keep up with this insanely high quality. Although chapter 3 wasn't completely finished, I have faith in Sano to keep delivering high quality chapters every month. The way they draw combat is super satisfying, and the cover pages for this series are amazing. The character designs are really detailed and aesthetically pleasing as well, especially for those who are into your typical anime pretty boys. Tao's really cool though, don't get it twisted. So yeah, this is the manga that's gotten everyone in a frenzy. If you check it out, let me know. It's only 4 chapters so far, so you might as well give it a try. Also, the amount of people wanting to get choked to death by these two dudes is very concerning. Then again, we have Makima this season, so I can't even say anything.